Phew. Oh, hi there. You ever get tired of reading the same old books? You know the ones. Thick, with no illustrations? Well, I'm Miss Newkirk, and today we're going to look at three books that are totally different. They break the mold. These three books are what we call graphic novels. What also makes them unique is that all three were written by female authors who based the books loosely on their own lives and experiences. Reading a lengthy chapter book can be quite intimidating, but with graphic novels, you don't have to worry about that. Graphic novels feature less words than traditional books. You also read them left to right. However, the illustrations help compensate or make up for the lack of words, and you can use the illustrations to help explain the book to you. The three books we are going to look at today are graphic novels: El Deafo by C.C. Bell, Sunny Side Up by Jennifer and Matthew Home, and lastly, Sisters by Raina Telgemeier. So come on, let's go check these books out. The first book we're going to look at is El Deafo by C.C. Bell. This book was published in 2014 by Amulet Books. If you like books about characters who have trouble fitting in, or if you've ever felt different yourself, you're going to love this book. The book is set in the 1970s. Now, I know that sounds like a long time ago, but the time period really doesn't matter in this novel because as you read it, you'll realize that you can relate to the story itself. Plus, this novel has beautiful illustrations. The main character who you see here, Cece, is actually named after the author. This book chronicles Cece's adventures after she has a life-changing event. This event affects how Cece sees herself and how she thinks others see her. Cece has to deal with all of that along with several complicated friendships, as you can see here. Plus, there's a new boy in town, and Cece, she seems to have a crush. Throughout this novel, you'll realize that Cece is going through some of the same things that you may be going through, or that you've seen other people go through, which really makes this story relatable. Cece is no ordinary girl. With the support of her family and a few mistakes along the way, along with the countless adventures throughout her neighborhood, Cece is going to come to realize that sometimes the things that we think are negative, that make us different and not fit in, are actually the things that make us super. Find out by reading El Deafo by C.C. Bell how Cece is able to overcome her insecurities. And then find the superhero in you. Okay, so maybe you've never been insecure, and El Deafo isn't the cup of tea for you. But have you ever had a problem that was too big for you to fix on your own? Has your family ever gone through a rough patch or faced a challenge that left you feeling sad and maybe alone? If that's the case, I know just a book for you. Sunny Side Up by Jennifer and Matthew Home. This book, which was published by Graphics in 2015, tells the story of Sunny. Sunny's family goes through a traumatic event, and her parents, in an attempt to protect her from the drama that's going on at home, they send her to stay with her grandfather for the summer. And he lives in the perfect place, Florida. If you're like me, when you think Florida, you think beaches, palm trees, Disneyland. Sunny quickly learns that spending the summer with your grandfather is not always what you'd expect. It would seem that Sunny's idea of fun doesn't quite match up with her grandfather's idea of fun. I really love this book because the panels provide you a lot of space. And I like to use that space. I call it thinking space. Space for me to really look at the images and the words and to see what's going on. So you can see here the way that this graphic novel is illustrated differs from the way that El Deafo by C.C. Bell was illustrated. So each one of these books, though they have so much in common, are very unique. Also unique is Sunny's story. At first, Sunny is very bored at her grandfather's, but then she meets a new friend named Buzz. Buzz introduces her to the world of comic books, and from there, Sunny's summer really starts to include more fun. Having a friend to share adventures with is fun, but when it comes to Buzz, they can also be kind of dangerous. Sadly, even the funnest moments can be ruined by feelings of guilt, shame, and fear. In Sunny's case, she's harboring a secret so big and so horrible that it sends her to her breaking point. The authors wrote this book to help kids who have had to deal with family struggles, who may feel lost, fearful, angry, or just plain hopeless. If you want to figure out how Sunny is able to overcome all of these negative emotions, then take the time out to read Sunny Side Up by Jennifer and Matthew Holm and figure out how Sunny was able to stay sunny side up. Books about family can be very fun to read, especially when you can relate to the characters. If you have siblings, you will definitely be able to relate to this novel, Sisters by Raina Telgemeier. This book was published in 2014 by Graphics, the same publishing company that published Sunny Side Up. This book tells the story of two sisters, Raina and Amara. Raina, the older sister, always begged her parents for a baby sister. But when Amara arrived, she found out that maybe she had asked for more than she could handle. During a cross-country road trip, Raina and Amara encounter many obstacles. But Raina starts to feel especially isolated and alone when she reaches her destination and her cousins seem to have grown up and become more mature than her. To make things worse, her relationship with Amara is strained, to say the least. Plus, if being stuck in a van with your little sister wasn't hard enough, they have an unwelcome guest. A surprise visitor is riding with them. You will really love the illustrations featured in this graphic novel, which flips you from the past to the present, meaning the story is not told in a linear or chronological format. This book tells the story of Raina and her sister, how their relationship grew, and also the struggles that her family faced through the years. Just like Cece from El Defo's character was based off the author C.C. Bell's life, so was the character of Raina based off the author Raina Telgemeier's life. And this book actually features primary source photos of the author and her actual sister when they were growing up. So I think that's just a cute feature about this book. If you want to know what happened to Raina Telgemeier to make her write a book about her and her sister, check out her novel Sisters. and you'll enjoy and have a good read. All three graphic novels come in hardback, softback, and ebook format. You can purchase the books through any large major book retailer such as Amazon, Books a Million, Barnes and Noble. Through Amazon, you can also subscribe for Comixology, which is a online comic book subscription service that has these books available. Lastly, you can access the book for free through the NC Kids Digital Library in an ebook format. The Duplin County Library System also has copies of the book available. They have one copy of El Deafo, one of Sunny Side Up, and 3 copies of Sisters currently in circulation. These are softback copies. So there's really no excuse. Check out El Deafo by C.C. Bell for a story about overcoming insecurity and knowing that the things that make you different also make you special. You can read Sunny Side Up by Jennifer and Matthew Holm to figure out how to stay sunny even when things may seem bad. And for a lighter read, you can read Raina Telgemeier's Sisters for a story about sisters and the conflict that comes with having siblings. All 3 of these graphic novels are excellent, and I hope that you will check them out, purchase them, and learn about a new format in literature.